Today we're going to be reviewing the Makeup Revolution Concealer. It looks like that. I got it in a shade C6, and we are going to be comparing it to the infamous Tarte Shape Tape, and this one is in light sand. I'm going to be putting the Makeup Revolution on this side and the Tarte Shape Tape on this side so we can get a close head-to-head comparison. Now, I am aware that these two are different shades. Of course, the Shape Tape is lighter. C6 is about light, medium, warm. So please disregard the color, but we are going for the quality of these two since this one is $7 and this one is, I believe, $27. So there's a big difference in price and we want to know if this is the one. I already put on my foundation. I went light on the foundation today because I really wanted to focus on the concealer. So I know I have a little bit of blemishes peeking out, especially right here and some redness. I haven't set my face with powder yet because I wanted to set my face when I set my concealer. We're going to be putting the Makeup Revolution on this side and the Tarte Shape Tape on this side. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Shape Tape. Now remember, we are not focusing on the color of the concealer, and we're going to be focusing on the quality of the concealer. I know I'm going to be looking crazy because light sand was my color when I was a lot lighter, and of course I used it for my under eyes for highlighting. So there is going to be a contrast here, really high contrast. Look at that. But we will make it work. Okay, so that blended out smooth, butter. Okay, and we get like eye boogers in your eye when you're doing makeup because you have to try to get it off without scraping off your makeup or like messing up your makeup. I usually use Q-tips, but I don't have one right in front of me right now, so. Alright, so it looks like that. I also use one of these over brushes for my quick trip. So just blending it out real quick. Like so. And that is Shape Tape. Everyone knows it's the bomb, so right. And then we are going to do the Makeup Revolution side. Well, big difference in color, but this is the Doe foot applicator. It looks like the Shape Tape, but extra big. I think it probably looks like the Tarte Double Duty Foundation Doe foot, but that's in a different video. So we're gonna go ahead and blend. That one Doe foot is a lot of product, so I didn't even use the whole thing that was on the Doe foot. Okay. So this one actually blends pretty similar. It's really smooth right now. It gets in my fine lines really good, so my fine lines don't really make a crease. And already on my Shape Tape side, I can see that there's a crease, or it is creasing already because I did not set it. But it's okay, we'll go in and set it when I finish blending. Alright, So the coverage wise is pretty similar. And I really think that I think the Makeup Revolution side was a little bit easier to blend, which is shocking. Okay, we're gonna got our arbiter in. No. Okay, got it. And then fix that little part. But yeah, the coverage is pretty good. I mean, I did like a thin layer and it covered up my like darkness or the redness and purplish around the eyes. I can probably go in with another layer on both sides right now to actually like really conceal it. But this is really good. Like, I'm not mad at it right now. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set. I am using the Airspun translucent powder. And it is going on pretty good. I don't know if you can see that, but it's comparing it side to side is actually making me feel like this Makeup Revolution can actually replace my Tarte, especially how cheap it is. I'm gonna go back and blend this a little more because they start creasing. Now, I can't really say that Makeup Revolution is better at not creasing when I don't set it, because again, I set the Makeup Revolution right away compared to the Shape Tape, but it did blend in pretty good right when I fixed it. Alright. For those of you that want to know what sponge I use to blend out my concealer, it is the Real Technique mini sponge. They come in packs of 2. Alright, so it looks like it is set. I hope you can see on the camera that it's actually pretty good. I'm probably going to pick up that you can kind of still peep the dark spots under my eye, but in real life right now, it's not bad. I'm not mad. It's actually kind of cute. It looks more natural than me, you know, slathering on a bunch of concealer under and having that full plastic look. But I'm pretty sure these are buildable. Now, Tarte Shape Tape. It's full coverage. You know, I can put some more on and look like plastic. Same thing with Makeup Revolution. It's pretty full coverage, and they're looking the same right now. Like, even though the colors are different or the shades were different, they look pretty identical. Hope you can see that. It's not settling in my fine lines at all. It actually looks a little better than the Tarte Shape Tape, just because it doesn't look as drying. Now that's the one thing right there, because the Makeup Revolution doesn't look as drying as the I keep saying Tarte Shape Tape. Now that I'm done doing my concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup off camera, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. Now that my makeup is done, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at both sides to see if I see a difference. I don't really see a difference between the two concealers. Of course, the light sand on this side is just a tad bit lighter, but nothing too noticeable. They look pretty the same, actually, like coverage-wise. I don't see any major creasing or anything that's going on. It's not really going into my creases and causing it to, you know, be more emphasized or anything like that. Yeah, so they look pretty good. Now, earlier I mentioned that I did a wear test on the Makeup Revolution over the weekend. I wore it for about 8 hours plus on each day, and I wore it on 3 different days. What I noticed about the Makeup Revolution concealer is that its longevity is really good. Like for $7, I can wear this for 8+ hours. It's a freaking like amazing concealer. It doesn't get cakey throughout the day. I notice sometimes like when I wear the Tarte Shape Tape, it gets a little cakey, or it'll settle a little bit more into my fine lines. It won't crease, but it will settle just a little bit into it. Now, the deal breaker for me is that Makeup Revolution is not as drying as the Tarte Shape Tape. So for me, I would pick Makeup Revolution over the Tarte Shape Tape because I do get dry under my eyes when I use Tarte Shape Tape, and I would have to watch how much powder I'd use, and I cannot bake with Tarte Shape Tape because I have the little lines under my eyes, and if I bake with this, it will just make it look even more dry, and it would emphasize the lines even more. With Makeup Revolution, I don't get that, and it's really not as drying. It looks more natural. It also, you know, it's a little bit easier to even blend out for me because this one sets a little bit quicker than this one. So I would prefer to actually use this one over this one, which is surprising because, you know, this was the it concealer for, I believe, last year and the year before that. So my opinion is this a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape? I believe it's a dupe, but this one is just a little bit better than Tarte just because it's not as drying. That concludes my video. If you liked my video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and see you on the next one.